Hi there everyone. Welcome to this YouTube channel, and in this particular video we are going to talk about how we can make digital product design portfolios in a better way. Like, you can just make a portfolio and you can actually start pitching yourself to the people. This is me, Vepa Burma. I am currently working as a product designer in Cars 24 and I have completed around 3 to 3.5 years in this industry. Now, before we start, it is really very important that we understand that what exactly a portfolio is. Like, what is the main aim with a portfolio? So, before getting into any steps, any particular process, first let us understand what do you want through your portfolio. What I consider a portfolio as is that first of all, I do not think that a portfolio is important for a designer only. Portfolio is something that any professional should prepare for themselves. The reason being, portfolio is not just a place where you showcase your work. Portfolio is basically a pitch. It is a pitch from your side to a person. It might be a company, an HR, a client, any person. This is a way for you that if a person just sees this particular portfolio, they know about you, your work, or if you would align with their goal or not. So once we are aware that why to make a design portfolio, it gets a bit more interesting as to how to make a good design portfolio. Now, in order to make a good design portfolio, I'm not going to use a very different or new process. The process that we are going to use is something that you're already aware of, which is a design thinking process. So the first thing that is really very important for us to do is, like, when we are forming a question, for that first we need to do a very basic kind of research. Now, when I did the very basic research, I took up some of the recruiters in the design domain only, and I went ahead to them to discuss like how are they recruiting people, how do they shortlist the portfolios, how do they shortlist the people. I got to know some very interesting pain points from them. As you would see over here, the major pain point that I got from those recruiters was that they didn't really want to read too much. Now, it is not that they are lazy or something like that, but they have a number of portfolios that they need to scan through. Now, I won't say that a good recruiter would just chip off a bad looking portfolio or just chip off a portfolio which is not able to speak out its volume. But yes, one thing that I can definitely say is a person will be attracted towards one portfolio which is able to portray their story in a better way. Now, I'm not saying that they will automatically just shortlist you when they see a good portfolio, but they would be interested to know more about you. They would be interested to see more through your work. There was this line that I got from one of the recruiters that okay, you might make a very good visually appealing and a very interesting portfolio, but I would again judge you majorly on the basis of the work that you have done. Okay, perfectly okay with us. When I'm saying that the main major pain point was that people don't want to read too much, and also they just skim through the portfolios, correct? Like initially when they are just seeing a lot of portfolio, they just skim through it. One more point that I found very interesting was that most of us are majorly making our portfolios for website or web majorly, like we are optimizing our experiences for web. But nowadays, when people see or receive portfolio for the first time, they also skim through it on the mobile as well. So making a mobile friendly portfolio also gets really very important. Now, once you are done with the basic research on understanding who you are solving for or what are the major problems that they are facing at this point of time, the second step gets very interesting, where you need to understand yourself better, which is collect the information about yourself. Now, as you could see, that just write all about yourself that you know, like what sort of person you are, why do you want to do designing or any particular domain that you're applying for, what are the things that you do other than your work, is it sketching, sports, performing arts, blogs, podcasts, anything that you feel is something that defines you more than just your work. And like while you are writing all of these things down, there are a few mandatory things which are important for you to include. Some of them being your work. Obviously, that is the first thing that you need to include. But also in that, professional and personal work. Now, whenever you are applying for any of the jobs, for example in design, so obviously my professional work would be something that I would want to prioritize when I'm showing it in the portfolio. But at the same time, is there any personal work that I've done, something other than just a job or something as my personal project or something like that? It is very good to include those things also, because when you're showing your personal work, sometimes it is something that is free of most of the constraints that you're facing in your professional world. In your professional world, you might be facing some of the business or technology constraints while you want to portray any of the ideas. But in your personal work, most of the constraints are not there. So just show them what you can do when there are very less constraint also, and also what you can do when you are facing some of the less business centric problems also. That is where your personal work comes into the play. Then is the testimonials, like your it is on your references on the LinkedIn page. Like if a person would want to recommend you, they write things about you and something like that. So that is a testimonial. Your journey of design. How did you get into the design? Obviously, most of the people nowadays in the industry are not really coming from a design background. They have a diverse background. Some are engineers, some are from commerce, some are from arts. There are many people who are getting into design from different domains. So what is your journey of design? Then yes, resume is also one very important thing, because when you're showing your portfolio to the design managers, obviously they would want to see your work or know more about you. But when you're showing it to the HRs, the one major thing that they're looking for is your resume. Correct? So resume, including resume, is very important. And the major thing, which is your CTA, call to action, how to reach out to you. So please give out as many links as possible how to reach out to you. One major thing that I would like you to include is your email ID, or you can just make a CTA out of it. Cool. So now you are done with all the things that you know about yourself, and also what you know about the other person who you are showing your portfolio to. Now is the time when it is considered good that you take up some of the inspirations also from the industry. Some of the portfolios that I have shortlisted for you also, that you can have a look at. Like these are some of the portfolios that I liked. I won't really comment or give any feedback on that. But these were just some of the portfolios that I personally liked. So let's just have a look at some of those. So this was one of the portfolio which I kind of liked. This is of Azam. This is one of the guys I found a portfolio of in some of the group that I am added to in WhatsApp. So this is kind of good. Like if you would just skim through it, you would want to make a wireframe-ish form of this portfolio. Just one single line of how I can define this person's basic work on the top. Then you can see like if there is any other work that the person has done, right? Then yes, this is where the interesting part comes in, like how this person has included what this person does other than work. This person likes to write, so this person has given you the entry points to the writing articles, and in the end they have let's connect. Over here you can see they have given different sections for their work, their creatives, their about is different over here. So these were the major things from this particular portfolio. Let us see from the other one. This is also one good. Very interesting thing over here is that they have given CTA right in front in the main page, in the first fold of the page. Connect is over here, and all the relevant links are over here. Resume is over here, case studies are over here. Yes, this is also one good thing. They are giving you one of the social proof that yes, I have worked with these relevant and reliant brands also. Coming down, there is a showcase. Okay, so these are some of the work that this person has done. Creative process is mentioned over. The tools that the person uses is mentioned over here. Work, dribble shots are also included. Figma community work is also included. Perfect. Now on the end they have this final pitch line, which is from concept to creation, let's make it happen. This is also one good thing that people can include. Then they have this my email ID over here. Again, the CTA is over here. One another portfolio that I had seen was of this person. Now this is where this thing gets interesting. It is not always important that you need to make your portfolio very visually appealing. Like I'm not saying that the portfolio is not visually appealing. It is just that people include a lot of interactive elements, a lot of animations, all of those things. Sometimes it is also good to keep it very very simple, and this is where I would like to give you the example of this portfolio. It is just simple line like what this person does. They have given the link to their relevant work, their clients, their publications. Patents are over here also, past experiences over here, and this is where the person explains about themselves, and this is where they say get in touch. This is a very 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 simple and minimalist portfolio, so people can also just be comfortable with like, okay, I cannot make a very very interactive and a very beautiful in a way that I want to do this, I want to do that. Not really very important, just communicate your story in the best way possible. This is what we are asking for in a portfolio. There's also one another portfolio. This is of Sagar Bhardwaj. So again, a pitch line about that person, the companies the person has worked for, selected work is over here. Then AI exploration also, like the work that the person is doing other than the professional work. Photography is your hobbies are included over here. Some of the personal projects are also over here. And yes, this person has featured in some of the videos and all of those things, so the person has included those things also over here. So that is also interesting thing. And this is where the testimonial part comes in. And in the final thing, they have the final closing line and a very very clear CT over here, and also other social media links over here. So these are some of the portfolios that I also took inspiration from. You can find many other portfolio links, but yeah, just want to show you that how to take inspiration from different portfolios. Just see what all are the things that they have included. Would those make sense to you, or would those not make sense to you? So take the decision accordingly. Now once you are done with the basic research about yourself and the people you are showing your portfolio to, you've got your points, you have got inspirations. Now is the time when you have a very very clean slate to play with, and this is where you need to build a story. Be as creative as possible over here. Think of the most creative lines about yourself where you can explain yourself in one line or two. Is it supposed to be only a line? Can it be a picture? Can it be a video? Can it be a GIF? It can be anything. Be as creative as possible over here. If you want to show your work, what is the best possible way you can show your work through? Is it just text? Again, is it just a video? What more can you do to explain your work better? If you do sketching, can you show that in a form of sketch itself? What is the journey of sketching? How did you get into design? If you can show it through sketching. There are a number of ideas at this point of time. So this is your clean slate. Be as creative as possible in this section. So because this is going to define your entire portfolio. This is your story. I'm not saying that you should go into the UI, the animation, all those things. Please do not get into that. Just build a story. A very very creative and compelling story. That's it. Now once if you are done with this thing, build an MVP. Now when you are building an MVP is basically a minimum viable product. You can search more about it on the Google, but like if you are into product or design, you would be aware of this term. So once you are building an MVP, do not think that in the first shot you want to make the best portfolio. Just make a very basic idea of your story. Make the relevant pages, make the relevant sections in the page, and tell your story the best way possible. If I would show you my first draft of the portfolio, it was not really very good, and also it was not very like you can say mobile friendly also. I just made one Figma prototype on desktop, and I simply gave the link of that Figma to the other people to let them have a look at it. So let us just have a look at my first portfolio also over here. So yeah, this was my first portfolio. This was a video about me, my basic work, writings, my dribble shots, and then there was this you feel we struck the chord. So this was my final pitch line, and this is my clear CT over here. And I had given different sections if you want to know more about my writing, my dribble shots, or if you want to have my resume and all of those things. So I just made this very basic version of my portfolio. But obviously I improved more on this thing. So once I had made the first draft, which is the first MVP of my product, which is my portfolio, I showed it to many people. I took the feedbacks. I understood what more can I improve in this particular portfolio. One of the few feedbacks that I had got was I had not made the resume and the contact me thing very relevant in the first fold. That is something that I could have had improved. Another feedback was it is not mobile friendly. So most of the people who are going to use mobile, it is not going to help them. I had also got feedbacks on my visual identity of this particular page, so that was also one more thing. And while I was looking through some other portfolios also, I thought like maybe I can include some or the other micro interactions or basic animation in my portfolio as well. So let me just show you my final portfolio also. Not really final till now. Obviously I would be willing to improve more on that, because making a portfolio is a constant process. So this is my present portfolio. This is my first pitch line. This is a video about me. You can have a look at this video. I will just put the link down below. And also of my portfolio, you can have a look at my portfolio as of now. I gave a very clear entry point, or you can say CTA, of view resume and get in touch very clearly over here. When you scroll down, this is my design journey. This is some of the interesting and impactful work that I have done. It includes my professional and personal both works. This is my dribble shots, my feature writings. I have also featured on some of the talks and podcasts, so I included the links to those also over here. My testimonials, and in the end I have my clear final pitch line, and again the same you can say CTS over here. I've also given my social media links over here. If a person wants to see just my work, I've included it over here. You can see it over here. My other personal work is also mentioned over here. My design writing, my dribble shot. So yes, that's my present portfolio. One of the major things that people often struggle in is what is a platform that they can use to build a portfolio on. There are a number of platforms that I can also suggest and you can also find, but one platform that I used was Framer. The reason for using Framer is that it is a no-code platform, just like any other Wix or there are some other platforms, but it also gives you a lot of freedom. And if you are aware of how to use Figma, and if you know very basics about auto layout, or you can say how to make a design responsive, constraints, applying constraints, it is very easy to use Framer. One more very interesting thing that the Framer has introduced is Framer AI. Now you can just open framer.com over here. You might just want to log in. Mine is already logged in, so you can launch. And this is a section over here which says start with AI. Just click on this. Framer AI. Now just write what sort of portfolio do you want. For example, I say I need a and you can see it will just start creating your portfolio. It might just take some time, so please just wait for some time, have patience. And this is where the very basic, you can say, layout of your portfolio starts to begin. Again, I am not saying that it is going to build the best version possible, but it is a very good way to start off with. It gives you very basic sections of how the section can look. It gives you a very basic color scheme. It gives you a very basic text or font schemes, and you can change it anytime. You will have different palettes over here. You will have different fonts over here. And in any case, if you want to add any section altogether, you have a number of sections over here. As you can see, you can just drop down, drag and drop these things. If you want navigation, you have these drag and drop navigations over here. You can add media, icons, everything is over here in the Framer. And you do not need to worry of how to make this design responsive, because it is already responsive. So don't worry about it. Once you are done with that, you can just simply publish it. You will get a link along with it, and just use that link wherever you want to use. So this is how simple it is using Framer, and you can just simply edit it now. And one more thing, it is not that you just need to make a portfolio from scratch from AI. There are a number of templates which are also available on Figma, so you can use that also. Another site that I had recently discovered was Bento. So you can have a look at Bento also. Bento is a very interesting website. It is just like Notion. It is like they have given certain sections. You just need to provide the link or the images or the work that you have done. They will make a templatized portfolio for you. I won't say that it is a very customizable portfolio, but good enough. It looks good and it is very low effort. So Bento is also a very good platform for you. That's it. This is all that I've learned till now while making a portfolio, and this is my personal journey of making a portfolio as well. I just thought it would be helpful for me to share it to other people also who are beginning their journey into making a portfolio, especially for designers. But as I just mentioned, that building a portfolio is not just an activity that should be for only designers. Product managers, tech people, marketing people, advertising people, any person, any professional can make a portfolio for them. This is your pitch, this is your website. Show it to the people, send the link to the people, and let other people contact you more easily, because it is easier for them to now start a conversation with you. So please use it in that way. If you have any question, any doubts, you can connect with me over the links that I will be sharing on the description and down below. And I will be tagging all the people whose portfolio I have shown, so you can see their portfolio as well. If you find any good portfolio, please write it down in the comment section below. So that would be also helpful for the other people and for me also, for while I'm learning how to make a better portfolio. That is all about me. If you like this video, you can just like it and also subscribe to the channel if you want, because I will keep sharing more and more helpful videos for designers or also for the product people. Thanks a lot.